Hey guys, I'm back. 2 videos in a week. That's better than we've ever done before. I'm talking about The Last Jedi. That's 3 Star Wars videos in a row. So basically, what did I think of it? I hated Force Awakens. It's the worst Star Wars movie in my opinion. How do I feel about the follow-up? It's really half and half. It really is. Much like Attack of the Clones, there is subplots that I like, and there are subplots that I dislike. So, I guess we'll start from the beginning. The opening is terrible. The opening is just god awful. The acting between the two extras on the planet, on the rebel base, or the resistance base, whatever you want to call it. The two extras there, their acting is just god awful. The acting is terrible. It's worse than the prequel, kind of. And then Poe is in the sky, and he's leading an assault on General Hux's ship. This is where the awkward humor starts to play a big role in this goddamn movie. There is a lot of awkward humor in this movie. He's just poking fun at General Hux, and this is war. There's no more government. The first order blew up the government. There's no more government. This is war. Chaos is ensuing, and you're gonna make a joke. Like, I just don't. It's terrible, terrible, terrible timing. General Hux calls up this other dude. They bring in the Dreadnought, this huge ass starship. Poe needs to take this out. He wants to take it out because they destroy hella cruisers. Like, they just need to get rid of this goddamn cruiser because it will help them in the long run. So he basically takes out the anti-aircraft turrets on top of the surface of the thing. They can't shoot the X-wing because it's too close range. Like, you don't have any fixes to that. Like, you're just gonna let him destroy all your cannons. Like, it's so fucking stupid. And they bring like 8 bombers in to blow this shit up. All the bombers die. All of them, their ships get ripped apart. They're fucked, basically. There's one last bomber and it's getting ripped apart, and just in the nick of time, they get it. Leia gets very angry that Poe disobeyed orders and kept going on the assault when Leia told him specifically, "You gotta come back. You can't be like, you can't take this on. We gotta go." But they initially did it, but they lost a lot of people. They've lost all their bombers and a couple X-wings and a B-wing. There's no more Y-wing bombers for some reason. Instead we got these new bombers, and I guess they're cool. At least finally they have some original ships, because like I feel in this movie they've literally just recreated the Star Destroyer, the fucking X-wings, the TIE fighters. Like, it's been 30 years. They're still using Mon Cala cruisers. Like, I think at least we got a new ship this time. Yeah, Leia's pissed, and she demotes Poe, okay, because he disobeyed orders. And, like, I agree with Leia. He's a fucking idiot. Why the hell would you bring 8 damn bombers if it only took 1 bomber to blow up the Dreadnought? You bring out everybody. All 8 bombers, when only 1 of them would do the job. You are literally an idiot. You're not a commander. You're just, like, throwing shit out there. Like, this is not strategy. Like, they literally just went straight ahead for this fucking, this Dreadnought. Like, full open. And they say remain tight. I don't know, like, Rogue One did this too. If you don't want to get hit, do not remain tight. Scatter. Like, you won't get hit if you're scattered. Then Finn wakes up, and it's kind of an awkward scene again. He's just kind of walking along, like, with all these leaking bag. It's alright. I mean, it's cool to see Finn, and he's alive, so. Then we got taken to Rey. Rey's handing the lightsaber, and it's been through Anakin Skywalker. It's been through Luke Skywalker. It was in Obi-Wan's possession. Rey had it. Finn had it. This lightsaber's been around. This is important. And guess what fucking Luke does? Luke grabs it and just chucks it over the fucking edge like it's nothing. This is a fucking, like, sacred item in Star Wars. Literally, like, all of our main characters in each trilogy had this damn lightsaber. And he just throws it away. Honestly, I don't think something like that should be played for laughs. So, Luke won't train Rey. He doesn't want to train Rey because, obviously, what happened with him and Kylo, he failed Kylo. And that's what I really don't get about this new character. Everyone's raving. There's a new Luke. We just gotta calm down, everybody. There's a new Luke Skywalker. This is a new Luke Skywalker. But, like, he's down in the dumps because Kylo, his damn master, Obi-Wan Kenobi, trained the worst person in the galaxy. Obi-Wan trained Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, the person who killed all of the Jedi. And he still bounced back and trained Luke. There are Force ghosts in this movie. Yoda comes back as a Force ghost. Spoiler alert. So, Obi-Wan can obviously talk to Luke. Obi-Wan could talk Luke out of this, like, rut that he's in. Like, I don't understand why Luke is like this. There is no good reason on why Luke is like this. If he has masters all around him. Anakin's there. Obi-Wan's there. Yoda's there. Just because one student failed you, or you actually failed the student, so just because one student is failed, it doesn't mean you have to give up. And Luke Skywalker knows that. He wouldn't give up. Luke Skywalker would not give up being a Jedi because one student betrayed him. After you fucked up. Luke Skywalker was the one to fuck up. Luke Skywalker's not training Rey. Rey shows up with Chewbacca. They bust down the door and they're like, train me. You gotta come back with us. Whatever. And he's like, oh, Chewbacca, hello. Where's Han? Then it cuts to Kylo Ren. And that's the thing with this opening. The pacing is just fucking awful. It's just like, it cuts to like every person. It's like a sitcom. Finn goes to Poe. Where's Rey? And then it cuts to Rey and what she's doing. Then he goes, where's where's Han? And it cuts to Kylo. Like, that's terrible editing. I don't want to, like, it's not good. Do not do that. And this scene I do like. Every scene with Snoke in it is a fucking blessing to this movie. Because it just makes it good, basically. These are the only scenes that I actually genuinely enjoy. Snoke is making fun of Kylo Ren for losing to Rey. And, like, saying, like, you're a fake Vader. You're a boy in a mask. Take that fucking mask off. You look ridiculous. And, like, pushes Kylo to the edge. He's like, fuck you. I'm tired of this. He doesn't actually say that. And he just starts smashing his helmet into the elevator wall. And then he goes out there and he goes to kill Leia. Kylo Ren and these TIE fighters are attacking the Mon Cala cruiser. And they blow up the entire, they blow up the hangar of the ship. So there's no more X-Wings. Most of Poe's crew is dead. Poe has like 3 or 4 pilots left, so they can't go outside. They can't go into space because they have no fighters anymore. They're going to take out the command center of the ship with Rey, with Leia, whoever's there. They're all dead. Because Kylo is going to do it. He's got his hand on the button, but he's like, no, I won't do it. Then the TIE fighter does it, and everyone just gets sucked out of the goddamn ship. Leia, this part I really fucking hate. Leia's there. And what does she do? She uses the Force and pulls herself to the door. Just because Leia is Force sensitive does not mean she's trained. Only a trained Jedi can fucking do that. Only a trained Jedi can do that. She's not trained. If you watch the Clone Wars and see Savage Opress training with Count Dooku, he cannot lift 6 or 7 rocks. As you ask of the impossible to rocks. Leia pulls herself all the way back to the ship. The Force doesn't make you survive longer in space. You have no oxygen in space. You will die instantly. Wants to see Rey. So, he gets up to escape. He steals the thing out of Leia. This, like, little tracker thing. She steals it off Leia's, like, dead body, not dead, but like unconscious body. It falls on the floor. He picks it up and it's like, I can leave now, and I'll take this and I'll put it somewhere safe so Rey will be safe and won't go back to the cruiser that's gonna blow up. So he goes there and we see this new character, Rose, crying because her sister died. Her sister was the one who actually dropped the bombs on the dreadnought successfully. So Finn is escaping and Rose is in shock to see Finn. He's a hero of the First Order. He's a hero of the Resistance. So she's like really excited and all that. But the main problem I have with this scene, and I guess Rose has this problem too, is Finn is running away. He's running away from this fight. He's selfish. In the last movie, his character arc goes from being a little bitch and running away to like fighting goddamn Kylo Ren with a lightsaber and getting his ass beat. The best scene in the movie. And he just goes around and leaves. Like, we've already seen him be a pussy bitch. He already learned not to do that. But now he's doing it again. Apparently, the First Order tracked them through lightspeed. So, they know where they're always going to go. They can't just jump to lightspeed now. They're stuck. Losing fuel, getting chased by the First Order. So, someone needs to do something. They put Vice Admiral Holdo into position to control this ship. Poe does not like that. He wanted to be it. He needs to know what the plan is. Like, what is our plan? She doesn't tell him that they have a plan, which is fucking retarded. I'll get to why in a second. Maybe a couple minutes. So, Finn and Rose form their own plan. Finn and Rose have a plan. They're gonna go onto the Snoke ship, turn off the tracker, 6 minutes, let the Resistance go to light speed, and then leave it back, and then it's gonna turn back on. But the Resistance is gone already, so they won't know where the Resistance has gone. They tell Poe and C-3PO this plan. So, they need a code breaker to break into this door. And here brings up another goddamn problem with this damn movie. Why is this door so heavily guarded? Why do they need a goddamn code breaker? Droids have opened doors in Star Wars before. Literally, just shooting a lock will open a door. We've seen that how many times in Star Wars? That happens all the damn time in Star Wars. Just shooting the lock and it opens the door. In the perspective of the First Order, they don't even know that the Resistance know that they can track them through light speed. So, like, why is this door so heavily guarded? This leads to another shitty cameo of Maz Kanata. She's just shooting stuff. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, go get the Master Codebreaker. He's got a red flower on his fucking chest. Pew, 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 pew. It's so dumb. It's stupid. I don't like it. It was, like, kind of, like, rushed and forced. Very forced, actually. So, Finn and Rose need to go to Canto Bight to go find this Master Codebreaker. So, basically, Rose hates all these people. They're weapons dealers. Arms dealers. They're arms dealers. So these people are rich as shit, and they're just living life in the casino, you know? And I don't understand what's the fucking big deal about arms dealing to bad people, and, like, they're just doing their job. This is what they do. Like, I don't understand why these people are such shitty people because they're arms dealers. Park their ship on a public beach, so some guy turns them in. And the cops are looking for Finn and Rose while they're staring at these creatures that kind of like horses, and they're racing around a track. Almost as bad as pod racing, yeah. And basically Rose wants to free these creatures because they're getting like whipped and shit. So it's just like Pocahontas, thanks. Like, ugh. This is such a shitty subplot. It's so bad. So basically, they go back inside and they find the Master Codebreaker, or BB-8 comes outside, takes them to the Master Codebreaker, but they get arrested before they could confront him. So they're now in prison. BB-8, all of them are in prison, and they meet Benicio del Toro's character, DJ. DJ's a man with a stutter. I like DJ. He's cool. He's like a new character. It's great. He busts them out of prison, but they don't want to go with him. He says, I'm a Master Codebreaker. I can break into Imperial tech. But they're like, no, we don't need you. So they go a different direction than Benicio del Toro. He gets caught by the cops, Benicio del Toro, but BB-8 saves him. So BB-8 and him kind of team up. And Finn and Rose go on some shitty adventure with the horses. All the horses are set free and oh, yes, happy stuff. We freed the horses, but we ran shit to this town. To these people who don't do anything bad. They just do their fucking job. But we're supposed to, like, be happy that these people got ruined. All their cars and their... Not their cars. Their ships and their homes and their casinos and their wine shops. Like, it's not happy just because you destroy somebody's stuff because they're bad, which they're not even bad people. You don't know, like, you're just assuming because they sell shit to the First Order that they're bad. They're not bad people. And you just run shit in their town. Like, it's not like, I'm not supposed to feel triumphant about that. And then they let these creatures go into the wild while they're being chased by the police. The police blow up their ship that's on the public beach. They blow up their ship that's on the public beach. And they find Benicio del Toro and BB-8. They come and pick them up on this ship that they stole. So Finn and Rose get on that ship and they leave the planet. My main gripe about this is, like, one, it's going all Pocahontas on us. It really is. It's like, oh, these people are environment. I don't care. Like, really? These creatures you just let free? You know how far away from the town they are? They're not that far away. You know, obviously these things are gonna get caught again. Like, You didn't do anything but run shit to this town. Haven't talked anything about Rey and Luke. So basically, Rey wants to be trained by Luke Skywalker, but he won't do it. He's just doing his daily routine, whatever. And it's got a couple cool like practical effects during it. Like there's maids, the maids. There's I guess the Octu version of a cow, the porgs. Luke basically agrees. I'll train you, Rey. Okay, I'll show you what the Force is. Okay, so she tells him that I don't really understand the Force. You know, all I know is Jedi can use it and they pick stuff up, and Force. And Luke shows her what the Force is. He says, like, close your eyes and reach out. And she just reaches out her arm and he starts tickling her. This is where the humor is okay. I kind of like it here, but it's just, like, a little out of place. Like, you can even hear the whimsical music start playing and they make a joke. But I guess it's not harm like the opening scene joke was. So basically she reaches out to the Force and she can see everything. She can see how every life form on that planet has the Force. And to say that the Jedi own the Force is like wrong and incorrect. So there's also darkness. She sees darkness, and basically without resistance she just goes straight towards it. And Luke's like, I'm not gonna train you now. She cracks like the floor with the power of the dark side because she didn't resist it. And then Luke splashes her with water and she's like, you didn't even resist the dark side, so I'm not gonna train you. I've seen this raw power before in Ben Solo, and I'm not willing to train you again. He reveals that, oh, I didn't see you here. Where were you? I didn't see anything from you. I saw me, but like I didn't see you in the Force. And she theorizes that he blocked himself off from the Force, and he doesn't accept nor deny this, but I'm pretty sure that he definitely did block himself off the Force. So Rey, sitting in her little house, kind of on Octu, she gets connected with Kylo Ren, who's on the First Order ship, and they start speaking together. I don't think this talk is very important, but she has her blaster and she shoots it at him, and he like somehow like feels or gets frightened, I think, by the shot. He goes like, oh, and it's kind of cool. I like these parts. These are the best parts in the movie. Everything with Rey and Kylo Ren are really, really good. I don't like Luke or Finn or any of those other characters, but Kylo Ren and Rey are really, really awesome. Luke's like, why are you shooting your blaster out here? She's like, oh, I was just cleaning it and it went off. So now Luke won't train her anymore. So she's just using her little stick to like beat up rocks and stuff. That's what she's doing now for training. And then she's like, why don't I just use the lightsaber? So she takes out the lightsaber and starts playing around with that, doing all types of sorts of different moves. And then he cuts in half the rock. The rock falls. And then Luke's like, maybe I will train her now. Rey and Kylo Ren have another talk. It's raining, and this is a nice touch. Rey's from Jakku, which is basically a desert planet, and now it's raining, and she's really like surprised by rain because she's never seen it before. So I really do like the attention to detail there. That was nice. But she starts speaking with Kylo Ren again, and she's like, "Why did you kill him?" And he's like, "Say it. Say I killed Han Solo." He's like, "Why'd you do it?" He's like, say I killed him. Say it. Like, say it. Why'd I do what? Say it. And I think I like this part of his character because he wants to feel like he's the dark side. People are always talking about the conflict in Kylo Ren, but he killed Han Solo. He wants recognition for that kill because he did it without hesitation, is what he said to Snoke. I killed Han Solo without hesitation. But then Snoke says, well, look what it turned you into. Look how split it made you. But now he wants to hear people say, I killed Han Solo. He wants to have like his ego fed. Rey calls him a monster. He's like, I know, I am a monster. Like, keep giving me these comments of dark energy. Like, call me a bad guy. And I really understand why. Because he's questioning himself. So someone needs to emphasize to him that I am a bad guy. So it makes a lot of sense, and I really do enjoy that part. How the Jedi aren't shit, basically. He's like, yo, the Jedi suck. At the height of their powers, they let Darth Sidious take over the council and basically create the Empire. But coming first circle to my parts about the Force Ghost, it's obvious he spoke to Obi-Wan. It is so obvious that he spoke to Obi-Wan. Because how would he know about the Clone Wars? How would Luke know about the Clone Wars? Darth Vader and Darth Sidious got rid of all Jedi holocrons and all Jedi teachings from the Clone Wars. Like, how would Luke know about this if he wasn't told by Anakin and Obi-Wan? So he obviously is doing talking to Force ghosts. So he needs reassurance. He would just get the reassurance he needs to become a Jedi again. Like, this entire character type doesn't make sense. Obi-Wan literally trained the worst person in the galaxy. The worst person in the galaxy came back because of Luke. Luke would never just give up on Kylo Ren because he was bad. And Obi-Wan would not let him stop being a Jedi. So, both of these character points are terrible. They don't make any sense. And Luke basically said, I saw the darkness in him and I confronted him and then he got crazy and tried to kill me. Is basically what Luke said. So then Rey is talking to Kylo Ren and she's like, why'd you do it? Why'd you betray Luke? He's like, oh, is that what he said? Well, let me tell you what he did to me. He flicked his damn lightsaber on. He flicked his damn lightsaber on me and then tried to fucking kill me in my sleep. And I was like, okay, well, let me drop a house on him. And Rey is like, I'll go talk to Luke Skywalker about this. Luke sees Kylo Ren during this discussion and he's pissed. He's like, get off my island. He obviously, someone who killed all of his students, I would be pretty pissed too to see him talking to the girl who's trying to be my student. So I'd be like, yeah, get off my island. Don't come back. That's understandable. So Rey gets all pissed off. He's like, you failed him as a teacher. You tried to kill him. And he's like, no. And he's like, no, Snoke already got to him. So then Rey gets pissed, brings out her staff and starts fighting Luke. But like, Luke takes something, I forget what it was, but he used the Force to break something and then he used it as like a stick to fight Rey with. So they're like sticking back and forth, and then he knocks Luke on his ass, but Luke gets rid of her staff. So she comes up and grabs the lightsaber and holds it up at Luke like, I'm gonna kill you. And then obviously she doesn't do it, but she says, teeth gritting, she's pissed. And she says like, why did you do that to Kylo Ren? Is it true? And he says, basically, I went up to see him and I saw a darkness in him. And I was like, this one instant of this instinct that I had was to turn my lightsaber on and just end it all there. I was left with shame and consequences. The last thing I saw was a frightened boy betrayed by his master. Yeah, so goddamn Luke Skywalker turned his lightsaber on to kill a little boy. Supposedly this is the event that caused Luke to become like this new character. This event. This is what changed him. So in that instance, Luke was just the same old Luke that we knew from the movies. But that's obviously not true, because the Luke that we know from the movies would never just ignite his lightsaber to kill somebody. Especially a kid. Because he saw darkness in him. Luke Skywalker literally brought Darth Vader back to the light side. The most evil person in the galaxy. And Luke just sees this kid, his apprentice, has darkness in him. So he turns on his lightsaber to kill him? That's not Luke Skywalker. This is the event that changed everything. But still, even in this event where he changes, he was already changed. So this character is not written properly. Not written from the last movie. Luke Skywalker would never try to kill his goddamn apprentice. So Rey's like, I'm gonna go see him. And he goes, this won't work the way you think it will. And that should be the goddamn tagline of this movie, because shit gets crazy from here on out, okay? So Rey shows up to Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren has a bunch of stormtroopers, the First Order troopers, and they bring her to Snoke. And Snoke's like, young Rey, thank you, Kylo Ren, my faithful apprentice, for bringing Rey to me. He's basically talking about how, my apprentice, I connected you guys in the Force. So Rey and Kylo were connected by Snoke. So Snoke's like, I connected you guys. You are foolish. You didn't see through my trap. I brought you here, and I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to go kill Skywalker. So Kylo Ren's last order from Snoke is kill Rey. And she's like, no, please don't do it. And then he's like, I can see everything that this boy is thinking. He is going to ignite his lightsaber and kill his one true enemy. And then you see the lightsaber next to him, Luke's lightsaber that Rey brought, stabs into Snoke's side, and Kylo Ren brings it over to him, and Rey picks it up raises her hand and grabs the lightsaber before it goes to Kylo Ren, and she stands up, and they're like, oh yeah, we gotta kick some ass, and they start beating the shit out of the Praetorian guards. That was lit. That was a good ass scene. And a lot of people hate it because Snoke dies so easily, and he was such a set up character in The Force Awakens. But this does make sense. Snoke says he'll strike the lightsaber and take out his one true enemy. Jedi and the Sith, they don't know the future. They don't. They can just sense what's in people. So Snoke could not see exactly what Kylo was seeing. But he knew that he would strike down his true enemy, which he thought was Rey. But little did Snoke know it was him that was Kylo's true enemy. So the scene makes sense. I'll get to why I do not like the scene in the context of this movie, though. So Rey and Kylo Ren kick some major ass together, back to back, and they're just destroying all these fucking Praetorian guards. So then all of them are dead. Yeah, in this really awesome lightsaber fight. Not one of the best in the saga. Definitely not one of the best in the saga. Not even close. But it was still fucking awesome. And then Kylo Ren's like, join me. Together we'll take over the galaxy. Like, fuck the First Order, fuck the Resistance, fuck the Jedi, fuck the Sith. It's just us two. We'll rule this galaxy. And she's like, no, don't go down this path. And then Kylo Ren's like, I'll tell you the secret of your parents. You want to know? I think you've always known. Say it, say it, say it. And again, with the say it part, I already explained why I really like him, how he's always like, say it, say it, say it. She didn't know, and he's just glorifying the fact that he knew to gas himself up, basically. Rey's parents are junkers, and they just sold her for drinking money, and they died. They're dead. So that's all Rey is. Nothing, basically. But Kylo uses that to his advantage. He's like, you're nothing. Your parents were nothing. You're nothing. You don't have a place in this story. He's like, you are nothing, but not to me. To me, you are something. And I think that was worded perfectly. And then he outstretches his hand. And guess what fucking Rey does? Rey grabs for the fucking lightsaber, and they have a force battle over this damn lightsaber. That really pisses me off. Because this could have gotten a complete direction that no one's ever seen. Anakin obviously proposed to Padme, let's take over the galaxy together. But she doesn't agree, so he's like, okay, I'll choke you. But we're seeing two Force users, two really powerful Force users, come together and rule the galaxy. How fucking awesome would that be? We've never seen that before. Luke Skywalker would still be alive to kick some ass. Finn, possibly a Jedi, possibly not, but he still can fight people with a sword. So maybe just give him a lightsaber and see what happens. We could have had this awesome 9th film that we've never seen before. But obviously Rey doesn't say yes, and she goes for the lightsaber, and they just fight using the Force over it. That's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. That we could have seen something so much different, but instead we just go the route we've already been. One last Jedi versus a Sith. And they basically got rid of the Master Apprentice kind of thing. Kylo's not a Sith. So he doesn't need a master. So I guess the rule of two doesn't apply to him, which is cool. We've never seen that before. So basically we're gonna go back to Finn, Rose, Poe, all that, all Admiral Holdo, all that. We're gonna go back there. So Finn, Rose, Codebreaker, DJ, they bust into the place, but then the First Order caught them because of BB-8. BB-8 was scanned by another astromech droid. They bring Captain Phasma, comes in and takes Finn and Rose, and they put them on in front of all these stormtroopers, and they're going to execute them. DJ strikes a deal with the First Order, so he won't get captured. He uses information that he gathered from Finn and Rose, that there's going to be a bunch of transport ships cloaked. There's going to be a bunch of cloaked transport ships leaving that Mon Cala cruiser. So now the First Order knows that there's going to be a bunch of transport ships going to this planet. Admiral Holdo had the plan all along. Poe takes over the ship and literally ruins his plan. He ruins his plan entirely. The transports get found out because of what Poe did, and he sent Finn and Rose. Finn and Rose got all these transport ships destroyed. They're all destroyed because of Finn and Poe and their stupid actions. And also, why the fuck didn't Admiral Holdo tell Poe about the damn plan. Just because he wasn't a commander anymore, because he got demoted and now he's a captain, and you didn't tell him the plan, so he formed his own plan that ruined your plan, your plan that was actually successful. It's retarded. Why wouldn't you just tell him? And Poe's a fucking idiot. Poe is an idiot. He's the worst character in this movie. He gets everyone killed. He has the bombers killed at the beginning. He's getting these transport ships destroyed. Yeah, so now their transport ships are getting destroyed. Captain Phasma's about to kill Finn and Rose. But Admiral Holdo turns the ship around and uses light speed and goes straight through all the damn cruisers. This is the coolest thing in this movie. It's like an anime where someone just takes a sword and slashes something. We have like a shot from under, and we see all these like the light coming out of the ships. It's all dark, and it's just such a beautiful shot. It really is. So Luke Skywalker's lightsaber is broken in half by Rey and Kylo. Finn and Rose are saved. Somehow they're still alive, even though the ship just got split in goddamn half. And Finn and Phasma have this awesome duel where they're just kind of like beating each other up and shit. BB-8 comes in, stops the other stormtroopers from killing Rose on a ATST. He starts shooting them. But seeing him drive the ATST kind of pissed me off because it looked really fucking retarded. He shouldn't have been driving it, but it was kind of like what Chewbacca did in Return of the Jedi, so I guess I could respect it, but it looked really fucking stupid is what I was trying to say. So Finn and Phasma have this awesome duel, and Finn kills Phasma. Again. Stop putting her in these damn movies if you're not going to do anything with her. I saw like the comparison between Boba and Phasma, but Boba had a purpose. Boba was there to get Han for Jabba the Hutt. There's a reason why he is in this movie. In Empire Strikes Back. There is no reason why Phasma is in this movie. She doesn't do anything. And just think about it. Your future kids are watching these movies, and all of a sudden they zoom in on Phasma like it's some big reveal. Your kids won't know who the fuck this person is because we know who she is because she's all in the marketing. But your kids don't watch the marketing for these movies. So they're like, who the fuck is this? I don't know. I just think it's kind of pointless. So Finn and Rose escape, and they wind up on this planet too. So all the rest of the Resistance is on this planet. They only had 400 members. Now the rest of them are dead. I don't know how many there are left, but there's very few of them left. And they're stuck for a final stand. Leia's going to go call her allies, and they're going to be fine. They're going to get rescued from this planet, but the First Order is coming. Kylo Ren has taken the title Supreme Leader. He is now the Supreme Leader. Much to General Hux's dismay, he's now the Supreme Leader. So he takes a bunch of AT-ATs, goes down to the fucking planet, and is like, we're going to end this. We're just going to get rid of them. Hatch a plan. They take these speeders. They have this battering ram cannon that they're going to take down their door with. So they have to send out these speeders. So these speeders are getting wiped out one by one by these TIE fighters. Rey comes in with the Millennium Falcon, Rey and Chewie, but it's still not enough. The speeders are still taking heavy fire. So they're going to turn around. Poe's like, let's turn around. We're going to have too many people die instead of like going head first into every goddamn situation. But Finn's like, no, I'm going to die for the cause. And he's flying his speeder straight into the battering ram cannon. But Rose comes out of nowhere and stops him from blowing up the cannon. And then Rose passes out. She's like, that's not how we're going to win. Is fighting the people we hate, but saving the people we love. No! If there's people you hate that are still alive, they're gonna fucking blow you up. And that's exactly what happens. They blow the entire door down, and they start shooting. So, Rose just stopped Finn from saving everybody, basically. But don't worry, Luke Skywalker shows up, and he's like, don't worry, I got this. I'm gonna go confront Kylo Ren. He's gonna get pissed. I'm gonna distract everybody, and we're gonna be good. Finn brings Rose back. Rose is passed out. And the thing I really don't like about the sacrifice scene, he's already been through this arc. He's a coward in the beginning of this movie, then learns through like the entire movie to not be a coward, and he's gonna do something and to help people. He's already done that arc in the first damn movie, so he's just going through the same arc over and over and over again. Like, I won't be surprised at the beginning of the next movie he's about to leave Rey, but then goes on some wacky adventure, and at the end he sacrifices himself. And it also brings me to the point, what's up with all these goddamn deaths? Fake deaths. Leia, she's alive now. Finn, he was about to sacrifice himself, still alive. Rose passes out. You think she's dead from that crash with Finn, but she's still alive. Like, you literally had a fake out death, stopped, and then repeated again with another fake out death. Like, enough with the fake out death. There's like 3 this movie. There was 2 last movie. So Luke comes out, and Kylo Ren's pissed, dude. He's like, focus all fire on Luke Skywalker. So all these AT-ATs are just mowing Luke Skywalker down. And then General Hux says, that's enough. That's enough. We have to stop. So Kylo Ren looks, and Luke's still there. He's still alive. And he just brushes off his shoulder. He's like, I'm good. Kylo Ren wants to confront him face to face. So he goes down, and they kind of tap swords a little bit. So the rest of the Resistance finally realizes that he's buying us time. We should escape. So they find another exit, but it's blocked by rocks. But guess who shows up? Rey. And Rey picks up all the rocks and throws them out the way. And then everybody comes to the Millennium Falcon and they escape. Luke Skywalker is fighting Kylo Ren. He's like, if you strike me down, I will be with you forever. Whether that means he's going to be a Force ghost or I'm going to be in your conscience. It's always going to be on your mind that you killed me, just like the way you killed Han. Kylo Ren doesn't care. He runs up. He slices Luke in half. Luke's still standing, so he's like, what the fuck? Let me poke my lightsaber through him. Luke was using a Force illusion. And he's actually back on Arc 2. I mean, I don't really have too much of a gripe with it, other than the fact that this is not a lightsaber fight, and I think I was hoping for something much more climactic for the death of our main character. Yeah, that's right. He fucking dies from doing that. It took that much control, and he fucking dies. Like, come on. You couldn't have him have some awesome fucking death scene where Kylo Ren kills him. Like, it just has to be this shitty Force power. He's really not powerful at all. He's like not powerful enough to keep himself alive after using a Force attack. Like, let's be real, guys. Like, come on, that's stupid. So yeah, that's basically the movie. Just kidding. There's this last ending scene that's the worst scene in the damn movie. It's this little kid, and he's a Jedi, or Force sensitive, so he uses the Force and he grabs his broom and he's just kind of sweeping the pen, even though all the fucking horses are gone. So why is this kid still stuck to fucking do that shit? I don't know. But he sweeps it up and he looks up in the sky and he sees the Millennium Falcon pass like a shooting star. That is the worst ending to any Star Wars movie ever. That was fucking stupid. Okay, so all in all, what did I think of the movie? It was okay? I don't know. I really don't. I'm really indecisive. I've seen this movie 3 times. The first time, it was super disappointing, and I was really fucking pissed off. Second time, it got better, but definitely a lot more boring than the first time. Then the third time, it was just, like, such a drag at the worst parts. Like, everything with Finn and Rose was just such a drag. But the Rey and Kylo Ren stuff was just so much better. So it was, like, a perfect contrast. Yeah, but, like, I guess it's okay. I'll probably give it, like, a 6 out of 10. Putting it just a little bit above Attack of the Clones, I think, in my Star Wars ranking list. It's definitely not better than any other Star Wars movie besides Attack of the Clones and Force Awakens. Really, the main problem with this thing is it's just not Star Wars. You literally take a Disney Pocahontas bullshit, throw it in for a subplot, and then disrespect our main character by killing him like a bitch. Showing that he has, like, no new powers. Force illusion is a power, but he fucking dies from it. Like, he has no power. He hasn't learned anything. They've really just kind of disrespected Star Wars. Will Episode 9 be good? I don't know. Will I be excited for it? Hell fucking yeah. I think the ups in this movie are good enough to just make me want to see the next one. Obviously, it's just going to be the same story we've seen before. One Jedi versus now only one Sith. I guess it's not too big of a difference because Palpatine wasn't even in the first 2 Star Wars movies. We really just had the same goddamn story we had before. And another main issue is there's no politics, no nothing. They destroyed the goddamn government. I want to see the galaxy in fucking chaos. But there's none of that. The casino planet is still established. I want to see how the fucking destruction of the New Republic affected the galaxy. There is supposed to be chaos happening. There's no government. Like, I want to know what's going on. That's what I liked about the prequels, is it's able to show everything that was happening in the galaxy. How this war was affecting everybody. These movies are so against that. They're like, no fucking politics. They suck. But they really give us scope of this giant universe. And I feel like we needed that to ground this movie, to slow it down, one, because There was a lot of fucking terrible pacing. So yeah, we definitely needed to slow it down a little bit with some politics and to see what's fucking happening, see the effects of the New Republic being destroyed in the galaxy. We needed some of that. We needed to see the effect of losing the Starkiller base on the First Order, but we don't see that. You know how much money that would have cost them, and to lose it so easily just after it's fucking finished? Like, that's a lot of money just right out of their pocket. Like, who the fuck is even paying for this shit? I'll show you my final ruling. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Because definitely Rey and Kylo stuff was really, really fucking interesting. And there was a lot of cool explorations on the Force as well. It definitely could have been better. It could have done something like Ghost of the Mortis, like Clone Wars did. It would have been a lot better. Rehire someone else, since the backlash is so terrible of this movie. And I hope that this backlash doesn't make them play it safe, because this movie was fucking outlandish, which I liked about it. It was just crazy. It didn't give a shit about Snoke. It didn't give a shit about Rey's parents. And I thought that was great, because I fucking hated those questions. I thought these were stupid questions to ask. I always thought, Rey, why not Rey just be a normal person? And guess what? She is just a normal person. She's nobody, which is awesome. And I think that Disney's going to play it a lot safer in Episode 9. So I am worried, but at the same time, I'm super excited. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Was Episode 8 good in your eyes or bad in your eyes? And are you excited for Episode 9? Just comment. It takes 2 seconds. Come on, guys. I wanna feel like you guys care, bro. See y'all next time.